All right, so may as well.
go
It's
this.
kind of linked.
We'll go this one because it kind of flows.
Oh damn! I forgot even about that topic.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
Wait, so hold up. Is there any? So are you getting this new Samsung?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Yeah.
You getting anything new?
No.
Car. You?
You need to stop. That's enough
You
about my
gotta
car,
say-
guys.
You didn't give it an option. Yep, you're getting a car.
Oh,
To be honest, right now I'm not too sure because right now it's like I'm trying to limit, or I'm trying to reduce my expenses monthly. So I don't know how it's gonna work out. You know,
Yeah.
One-off purchase though.
If we have any
Why not?
crazy
I don't know.
fans that work at, any of these
Apple or
places,
Samsung,
Nah, but I want a 50% off, dude.
Yeah, I want 50% off, please.
Don't hit me with that 10% trash.
Hey, I got you.
Oh,
man.
actually,
Uh.
first person that comes through with a discount will give you the Disruption Podcast hoodies.
Oh, yeah?
Free of
Deadass?
charge.
Free of charge.
Hey, for real
Two
though, we
colours.
got
Put your
y'all
hand down,
like
bro.
that.
You work at Kmart. Our intern's warding in the back corner. Put your hand down, man.
But yeah, let's hear it, innit?
Oh man. Let me bring it up because
Victoria, I like what you were doing before. Silence? Yeah, that was good.
She's doing a great job. Shout out to our intern. Gotcha.
In case you guys are confused, Victoria is doing our camera stuff today.
yeah.
Yeah, she's
So if
behind
the video
scenes.
is looking trash, you
Then
know,
just know it's her.
exactly why, man. Let me find this. But look at these little fat guys splitting donuts.
Hey, if you're listening right now, Noah and I are just like eating donuts, man. Like,
Cheers, brother.
Man.
cheers, brother.
Apparently they
Cheers.
go to the gym.
The
Apparently
gym.
they're on a
Bro,
diet.
this is why.
Apparently.
Hey, I don't want it anymore, man. I don't want it.
Oh,
See what you
man.
did, Mao? Huh?
Still eating it.
All right. The topic was
Bro,
on
ASMR is
privilege.
different.
Like,
Oh,
no, don't do that. No, I'm taking the headphones off. Bro, that sound is gross.
That is nice.
All right, we get it. The donut's nice. All right, you done?
No, it's
All right, topic is
Privileged life. So Carlos kind of alluded to it just then as well. So
Do we have a white guest?
what? Oh, about privileged life. This guy, right?
Yeah, carry on.
So us here. Us.
stop chewing on
I know. Please move away from the microphone.
Mute it.
Us,
Yeah, go.
living here in Australia. You know,
Yep.
come from families who have homes and stuff like that. You know, we've had education. We all been to uni or are in uni right now. We like come from a life of privilege. Yeah. Yeah. Everyone
definitely.
agrees so far.
Compared to the average person in the world.
Yeah. Well, we'll keep going. So some people obviously don't even have a quarter of what we have.
Yes.
If you want to get wild, not even an eighth, not even a 12th, etc., etc. It's what we have is crazy in terms of in relation to some people in like third world countries or developing nations, right? So we have cars, we have fresh water, education.
We've got zeros in the bank.
We got zeros in the bank, 2 0. No, we got zeros in the bank.
$11.
There's a minus in front. No, we got paying jobs, clothes. The list just keeps going on. Yeah, everyone agreeing so far, right?
Yeah.
All right. This is where I started thinking. Right? Should we now be able or allowed or justified in complaining about things that we don't have, since this has been our experience? I.e., or for like just because their life, so people in developing countries, people who don't have what we have, just because their life isn't great, does that mean that we have to settle for less than what we're used to?
So elaborate on setting less for what
So,
we used to.
Let's say, so sometimes you get complacent. I'll say we're getting comfortable in, I don't know. We'll go with work. Yeah. So we get bonuses at Bunnings. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. I like, don't do that.
Yeah.
We get bonuses. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's popping, depending on what you do or how we're going. Yeah. Or how or who you are as well, what you bring to your value to the work, to the organization. And this year, this year, it wasn't as high as like it's been because of different reasons, and everyone was wilding out, right? And then there's some people who are like, yeah, whatever, it's cool, it is what it is, bro.
It's a bonus.
Like, let's say there was actually nothing went wrong, but it just was less, Some people were like, nah, what the heck, we get this, that, we get this high. Why can't we, why is it this low, this, that?
Yeah.
So it's like when we relate it to privileged lifestyle, just because we're better off than some people or we're getting more than what some people get, does that mean we have to settle for something less than what we're used to?
Yeah.
In terms of like, oh, you're privileged anyway. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get where you're going.
Just real quick to add on that one. So let's just say this is the first year that y'all got this bonus.
Yeah.
And let's say the bonus is only $200.
Yeah.
You're gonna be happy that you got a bonus. You feel? But then now that you got $200, and then after the next year you get a bonus, and the bonus was only $50, you complain.
Yeah.
You feel? So I think what it is that when you are exposed to
That's what I'm saying.
when you're exposed to greatness, right? When exposed to good, and then now you begin to experience things that's less than good, then you complain about that. You feel what I'm saying? I think that's just like a personal experience kind of thing. Like it's with everything. It's like with the phone as well. If you get a new phone, brand, let's say you get this new iPhone, blah blah blah, iPhone 11, right? And then something happens, you use it for a good couple of months and it's good or whatever, and then something happens to it, damages, and so you have to go back down to iPhone 8. You're gonna complain. This is not as fast as this.
And then some people
the
like
camera is this.
some people
And
can't
some people don't
afford
even have a
this.
phone,
Yeah.
right? And so obviously the question is, should we complain?
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
And
if this is what we're used to,
don't you think that anyone in that position would complain, if that kind of makes sense? But now I think it depends on the type of person that you are and how you've grown up as well, if that kind of makes sense. Because basically, like me, I've grown up in a household where we don't have 3-course meals a day, right? We grew up in a place where it's like getting to school requires kilometers, miles of walking there. You know what I mean? And the water's not so fresh and so on.
are you talking about here?
No, I'm talking about like when I was
Like, damn.
this guy was like, what part of Australia, mate? But you dig what I'm saying? So it's like me growing up in that type of environment, and then now when you get exposed to better, you begin to appreciate better. You know what I mean? So it's like when something happens, it's even the same if I get an iPhone 11 and then after that, a few months later, I downgrade to even iPhone 5. I believe that I will still be grateful to an extent. You feel what I'm saying? Nah, like for real though, like I will still be grateful because I know how it felt like to have nothing. So then that's what I mean. Now it depends on your kind of experiences. So if you kind of grew up in a household where you're wealthy and
That's
this,
what I'm there.
or you're living good
Can
or
you
whatever,
blame these people?
honestly, you actually can't blame. We can't blame the people, and this is why this is why I recommend people to go and travel and actually live in other people's shoes, right? Because when you do that, when you come back to reality where you live in that, your mindset will change. How you look at things will change. You begin to appreciate things, right? So the question is that wrong? No, it's not wrong. But I think it's wrong when you become ungrateful. You feel
Because that's
saying?
what I'm asking or thinking. Like, is it actually called being ungrateful, or is it just, because you can only be ungrateful if you recognize that this is not a normality. This isn't a normal thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, if it is the normal for you, is that equal to ungratefulness?
And I think that's what it is. It's like when this is all you see. I feel like even low-key when you watch photos, you watch
What's
videos.
what?
Not I say photo, but when you watch videos or when you see photos of people who are less fortunate than you, I don't even know if that will low-key make you more grateful. Like you make you grateful for like 5 minutes.
No, are you alright?
And no, you want to read that meme?
Ew, Carlos, I kind of laughed at that.
Hey, this guy just put out the funniest meme in the world, man. Hey, let me carry.
You're gonna let the people know what the meme is.
Bro, trust it's hard
I can't explain
You
it.
can't explain it. You have to look. You have to look at the photo.
So trash,
You get
bro.
it?
All right, just
hey,
cut this part out of the clip.
We're not cutting it out.
You know what?
Yeah,
Yeah. So hey, what I was up to?
Yeah, ungratefulness.
Yeah,
Keep
like there's a part that
Far out. No, look what you did, man.
yeah, no, look what you did.
Yeah, no.
I feel you.
Do you want me to jump in?
Yeah.
The way I feel is like.
I want to hear it. Like, what are you guys thinking about? Like, obviously, okay, wait, real quick before you jump in. Sorry, bro.
All right, fine.
Like,
Oh,
obviously,
after you.
I would say, yes, it is ungrateful because that's how I've been brought up. That I know that there's people that are less fortunate. Yeah. So for me, when I I realize, I can't. Like, it can be worse.
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
be in a worse
Yeah, yeah.
situation than this. But then I'm also on that flip side of like, should I just accept that? But yeah, let me hear what you're saying. Man.
So it's like, I get it that it's like, yes, some have less, I'm more fortunate, all this kind of stuff. But at the same time, if I have gotten used to a standard of living and now I'm actually, like, my bills are kind of dependent on that level of income,
Yeah.
right? So for me to start receiving less you're actually messing with my standard, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to fork into my savings. Like that's a normal thing, right? And so, like I can see that side as well, where it's like, hey, like you actually normally give us quite a bit better, and it's like this is, it's like I was planning on doing this with that money or whatever, but at the same time, I guess bonus is a bit different because it's like you're getting a bit entitled if you're doing that with a bonus, right?
Yeah.
Like because it's like it's literally a bonus.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's not part of your contract,
Yeah.
right? But I don't know. Like I think it's one of those hard things because it's like, yes, we shouldn't be materialistic, but there's nothing wrong with wanting more.
100%.
If you're like anything, if you're gonna find all your worth and identity and everything in that, like yeah, that's wrong. But that's gonna be the case even if it's not a money thing,
Yeah.
right? So if all your worth is in being married,
Yeah.
right,
It's gonna be in being
that's
married.
messed up because
Yeah.
the day that your partner dies, you have no self-esteem, no self-value, right? So it's like, yeah, like I don't know. I don't think there's actually an issue with wanting nicer stuff, wanting more money, all that kind of stuff, but it just depends on the motive behind it. Because at the same time, it's like we always speak about, I don't know, the Middle East and Africa and Burma and all these places as like, oh, they are less privileged. But they have stuff that we don't have either, and we might be lacking, right? Like, so
Happiness,
they've
right?
got
community.
tight
all that.
communities,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Everyone knows everyone.
Yeah.
They have, they'll just be happy about like all
Little
that kind of
things,
stuff.
yeah.
And it's not like, I don't like the way that we often look at those nations where it's like, it's almost like, tapping a little kid on the head and it's like, oh, you just don't know better.
Yeah,
right?
like
it's that's really not the case, bro. They've got
we
scientists.
think it's
They've
ignorance
got
is bliss almost.
exactly
something like,
right, but it's not the case. It's like they're like, yeah, okay, we don't have money, but at the same time, we have low divorce rates.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have families that are always together. We've got
Damn.
great grandparents that are still around because they eat healthier than us.
Yeah.
Not
Right.
in nursing homes, though,
Right,
away from
exactly,
the family
yeah.
and stuff,
That's
you know?
facts.
So it's like, would it be bad if they were like, man, we want even tighter communities because that's what they have and we want
Yeah.
more of it, right? No, it's not a bad
Yeah.
thing
So on the flip side,
Yeah.
it's not a bad thing if on this
if they
side
wanted
of
more
town-
of what they have.
Yeah.
You see, like I see it as like right now, as I've mentioned before, I have car problems and all that type of stuff. And there's times where I'll literally like
No one
just-
asked you to bring this
No,
back.
yeah, I'm
Just be
getting
thinking about it,
somewhere.
bro.
Hold on. Like my car will stop and I'll just be sitting on the
yeah.
side of the road and I'll be like this car is a shitty bum car.
What does that mean?
No, like it's a terrible car, and then I always have to like just remind myself like some people don't have a car. Some people literally
Yeah,
have
yeah.
to take transport every single day. Why stop in rain, cold weather, day, night, even with their kids and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So why am I sitting here acting like, oh, this is like the worst thing.
No,
This is the worst
low-key,
thing. Like
it
could
is
be
the worst thing.
No,
'Cause
yeah.
you're endangering
That's-
your life if you're going 30 kilometers an hour on it.
Just let it
Bro,
be.
you might have
Just-
safer to take the bus. Trust.
yeah, I think it's time to let it go. But anyways, yeah. So I just like always think to myself like I'm privileged because I do have a car, and at the end of the day, I'm able to get from point A to
Yeah,
B.
yeah.
However, though, I'm always like, is it wrong for me to be like, I need a better car, like I want a better car? Because for me, I work hard. You know what I mean? And I've been provided with the opportunity to work, to study, get to a point where I can afford all these different things. And it's like, why is it now that, just because like my car isn't working, it's not functioning properly, I can't say now, oh, I need something better for myself.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I work hard to get that type of stuff. And it's not saying that, people in like developing countries, they don't work hard, but it's just like,
It's a different
yeah,
hard work.
like they work hard, but they're not provided
setup
with,
is different.
yeah, they're not provided with like the outcome that I'm provided with. Whereas if I work hard here, I can afford a new
Yeah.
car. So it's like,
100%,
why do I now have to be like, oh, look at myself in a way that's like, oh, I'm privileged. Why am I
don't
complaining?
deserve a new car.
When
Yeah.
it's just kind of like, I'm working hard for it. So if I can get it, then why not?
You know what it reminds me of? Sorry, but no, go.
I was just gonna add on that one. I was just gonna say, if the question is it wrong to want more? Absolutely no. You feel me? Because I feel like that's when your creativity is being tested. You feel?
Okay, that's interesting.
Because it's like I don't even know if you're using your full potential when you don't want more. You feel? So God is giving you all these gifts, but then if you're over here thinking that you should settle for less because
And this can be applied to anything now,
yeah,
really. This is
anything.
what I'm talking about when it
You
comes
know,
to this
because-
privilege thing.
Yeah, because now it's like, yes, I know there's people out there that who are less fortunate, but that does not mean that I have to settle for less. That does not mean that I shouldn't buy this stuff because God gave you this gift. So you go out there and you use it to the best of your ability. And you using this gift to the best of your ability can bring in millions
Yeah.
and millions, which means that now you can
Impact more.
Yeah.
impact more, buy whatever it is
That's
that
true.
you want. So
That's true. Like honestly, imagine it's like we stopped at the first Ford that was created. We're like, well, we have cars now. Why do we need to make them metal?
Yeah.
Right? Like we're just getting right. Like we're getting
So
bougie.
disgusted. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, well, what's the point of making them metal and making them have doors and all this kind of stuff? You seen the first cars?
Yeah. Exactly right, bro.
They're
Right?
bad.
No roof. It was literally just the shape of a car.
Bro. I agree with you.
It was the
100%.
skeleton.
Why do we need doors?
But that's what I mean. That we, as humans, we're very creative and
Yeah.
we're very curious. It's like,
Yeah. But Mr. Ford was like, all right, if I make enough sales,
May as well.
then let me work on something better.
Yeah.
But I need more sales.
that's how it goes because it's like, okay, this guy does not have this. What can we do to have this? Or this guy does not have that. What can we do to have that? You feel what I mean? So it's almost like we keep closing the gap as time goes by and by. And right now, cars it's gonna get to a point where it's like it's gonna drive itself, bro.
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? Because we always think of ways how of making things better, and that goes alongside with you wanting more and more and more. You feel it goes the same with other organizations. Like, how can I make this product better? Yes, this product is amazing. Is blah blah blah. Everyone's gonna love it. But next year we have to work on something else. So how can we make it better? That is equivalent to you
I want
wanting
more.
more
Yeah.
and you making it getting better and better, right? And that's what-
Damn.
you feel like, hey yo, bro, we forgot about the bomb. Like, hey, drop a
whoops.
bomb for that, bro. Yeah. I needed that.
All right, let's
Real quick.
let's keep going.
That's why. No. Just to finish it on this note. That's why it's like, again, watching videos, looking at photos and that, it might have an impact on you.
This guy knows.
Hey, turn it on, bro. This fire right here. Wait, what? Hey, you gonna turn it off or not?
It's such a power
Yeah,
move.
this
To
is
just
so
hold it.
Bro,
Keep going.
you just killed my mood. Hey, anyways, yeah.
That was Noah, bro.
Yeah. Hey, mute his mic and that. So, anyways, yeah, I was saying watching videos, looking at photos, it'll have an impact on you for a couple of minutes. It's the same when you watch a motivation video. That motivation video, 5 minutes motivation video, is not going to make you grind for the whole year. You might be motivated to clean your room, do this, and then it's a wrap for the day.
Hey, intern, get off your phone.
It's what you do. But you feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why it's like, travel, go over there, see what's there, try to understand how they're living, right?
Yeah.
And then when you come back, you might be more grateful. You begin
Yeah,
to appreciate
yeah.
the things that you have.
Yeah.
But if you've never seen that side of things, you're gonna be ungrateful for the smallest things. I remember, like, when I was growing up, my friend had the biggest house with the pool and so on. And then we got to the back that we were great to swim, and then the pool was kind of dirty or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then after that, he started getting mad at that. Damn it, we should have got a bigger pool or another pool or something. Bro, the smallest things ever. I'm there like, bro, you got your own room. You got this, you got this. And for me, I'm just like, but like, but Mez was mad at that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm there like, bro, I shared rooms with 2 other brothers, bro.
Damn.
3 in one room, bro.
Carl said when my mom says we can go to the pool, she just fills up the bathtub.
Oh, man.
Bro.
That's that
Jump in, all of you.
Bro, listen to what I'm saying over here, right? Because, like, I don't blame him because he's never ever been exposed to this side of things, right?
Yeah.
I don't even ever see videos or knows there's people out there who are less fortunate. He complains about the smallest things, and I'm there like, bro, I wish I have what you have right now, bro. Like, you understand how grateful I'll be.
Yeah.
You feel so. Just travel and just begin to understand people, and from there, there's a lot to learn about the world, man.
That's interesting.
Don't limit
That's
yourself.
Nice. That's nice.
Oh, you're so rude.
Speaking
I
speaking of
I just imagine Marwa in any car
can you
that's doing like
Hey, please
Doing
leave
like-
Marwa's car
I
alone.
know
He's doing like 80 on the freeway, and she's like, yeah,
Finally.
like a roller coaster.
I know.
I can't wait till that day.
Hey,
Y'all
sorry,
rude, bro.
nah, sorry, Marwa. What are you gonna say? What are you
I
gonna
was
say?
gonna say
But also next
Oh,
time
here
when
we go.
Marwa's
Yep.
gonna be behind, when she gets a new car, which is his name,
Jesus' name.
Yeah, same man.
When
Yes.
she's gonna be behind like one of these slow ass cars, she's gonna get all of it out. She's like, beep, beep.
I am, because people do that to me now. So,
So sorry.
I'm coming for you all.
How you feel?
I'm coming for you all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yo.
sorry.
I
Yeah.
think you should segue us into this.
Into what?
One of your other topics about living, paying.
Yeah, all right. So I was thinking this week. So I was having a conversation with my pops, and we
All